today is the one I'm most excited for. We're going to talk everything contracts, and I've got Lewis's contract here, and we're going to dissect it. So I'm very excited. There's a lot of bonuses and things that I don't even understand from looking at it.
Yeah.
So surely there is so much negotiation. It's not just a normal job. We'll offer you 40k. I'm on 45. We'll give you 42 and a half. Done. There's so many bonuses, playing bonuses, non-playing bonuses. It must take ages.
Yeah, a lot of it is standard though.
Is it really?
Yeah. So let's say Premier League contract. A lot of the away from the main bits will be standard in terms of bonuses. What you get if you win, what you get if you lose.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So it's almost like I don't really need to look at that.
None of that needs to be touched.
Yeah.
Most of the time, it's the whole team. The bonuses are sort of team standardised, even down to the national.
Oh no, the bonuses are. You won't really get individual bonuses per player.
No, the only thing. Well, I don't know about in the Prem, but at our level, you might get like a forward might negotiate a goal bonus or things like that are unique to the player. But win bonuses, all of them stuff are pretty standard. So again, it just comes to your weekly wage and the length of the contract, really, and then.
Any specific clauses you want, weird clauses you might want in?
Yeah, but other than that, there's not so many things to talk about. Like the contract's long, but like you've seen, but most of it isn't. It's
nonsense.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
it's not a negotiation.
Are there any weird clauses?
Yeah,
course,
there's low. There's the more money that is involved. So higher up you go in the leagues, higher up you go in the Prem, the more weird clauses you get.
Really?
Yeah, there's I know foreign players that have come over and they want their families English lessons because they're not English language lessons to get all paid for and stuff like that.
And that's it. That has to go in the contract.
They can put that in the contract if they want. Yeah, it's obviously the club has to accept it.
Oh, wow.
No, but request.
Is that a main reason? Because we hear when on transfer deadlines, we hear contract negotiations have stalled. Is it because of weird stuff like that, or is it more money based that you're still negotiating?
I think it's generally money based and year based. Yeah. Yeah, it shouldn't really stall for
English lessons.
English lessons. No, I've the maddest one I've heard. Right, so I don't want to name the person that told me this, but on my coaching course, my UEFA B coaching course, it was through the PFA, so it's all either pro footballers, ex-pro footballers, are on it, or people who are high up in the sport. And there was a person on it who was in PSG's club staff.
Wow,
quite high up, and it was at the time with Messi, Neymar and Mbappe.
Wow.
And he said Neymar had a clause in his contract that every time he went over to clap the fans after a game, he'd get a couple of $100,000 bonus.
Shut up.
Yeah. It was.
Nah.
I swear to God, no word of a lie. I don't want to name the person that told me.
No.
But he said it's because, I'll tell you off camera.
Okay.
He said it's because they were so concerned with Neymar having that reputation of not being involved with the club and not being that sort of loved by the fans and having that personal relationship with the club and the fans, that they were encouraging him to clap the fans after a game.
That is insane.
And we're talking a couple of $100,000 to do that per game.
Is this why some people call footballers arseholes because of things
stuff like that? Is just I just think
that's rare though.
No, that's
for superstars like
Neymar.
Well, that's for one person in the world.
Exactly.
How many times that season do you think you went over and clapped? We should work out. We should
sore
find out
hands.
the season. Work out.
I could work. Well, I know the season he was. The person worked at PSG. I know what years he was there, so we could work out how many times he clapped.
You just go over, clap.
Not per
walk
clap.
Backwards 10 metres, go back in.
No, it weren't per clap, per game. But.
That is insane. Weird clauses. We're on to bonuses. I've got your contract here, Lewis.
Yes.
What year from?
2019, I believe.
2019.
Or 2018. I don't know.
Right, we've got basic win/draw bonus Premier League. This is all about if you start, if you're a sub but you don't play.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know, and I think is mental.
What, that you get bonuses for it?
As in bonuses for not playing.
Oh, right, yeah.
So this one is striking me. Draw.
Yeah.
Non-playing substitute.
Yeah.
£1,000 bonus.
Yeah.
You haven't played. Oh, sorry. I'm so shocked. You haven't played.
Yeah, but you've got in the squad.
Yeah.
But right. So this whole thing of bonuses, right? Surely it's like tipping a waiter or a waitress. They're getting paid anyway to do their job, and I still do it. I'm not saying I'm not tipping people. What's the point in it?
No, I get it. I do get it. I think they just want an incentive for to keep the player pushing themselves to do the best they can. But
then we obviously go up as we go playing substitute and starting lineup.
Because but like you said, they're getting paid the money. They should be doing that anyway. But now the money's already there as on a contract. They need to, like, they could just chill and relax.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a flawed system, but you do need to. I always think in any job it's good to have a reward for doing better.
Yeah, I get that, and we kind of get up to. Can I say figures?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's exciting. If you win, playing substitute.
Yeah.
4.6k.
Yeah.
If you're in the starting lineup, 4.6k.
Yeah.
Why are they not different? Because surely if I come on at 75 minutes, I'm getting the same as Ken who started the game. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but you could say the first part of the game is really easy, and then I've come on as a sub when it's really hard, and then
That's interesting.
and then I've made a really good. Yeah. I've made a massive impact.
That's interesting. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
Is it before a certain minute? No.
It doesn't say. It might do when we get into this.
I've seen
this
stuff
contract sticks.
Yeah.
Ken, National League, do you get non-playing substitute bonuses?
No. No. Well, actually, no. I tell a lie.
You get a bonus for playing, don't you?
Yeah. No, you get bonuses for playing.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense.
You get, we get win bonuses.
Yeah.
Which you would get if you're in the squad, even if you didn't come on with the team won, you would get that bonus. Not for drawing though, or you wouldn't get a bonus just for making the bench.
Yeah.
If we lost, for example.
Like it is. I know it's great, and this is probably lovely for you, but it is mental.
No, it is.
If you draw and you don't play, you get a bonus.
No, yeah, it is mental. But that maybe that's aimed at players who are on the fringe of getting in the squad.
Yeah.
I guess so, because the big boys on big money aren't going to notice that, are they?
No.
So that won't. They're not even going to think about that.
No, yeah.
Wow.
You forget how much clubs earn though. They've got a reward that's almost nothing in terms of what the club's making. In terms of they've got to reward the people that are bringing.
That makes sense, and we'll find out in a minute about club earnings for positional finishes in the Premier League.
Exactly.
And that is then nothing.
Yeah.
So I get it, but you understand why I and probably other people do find that a bit mental.
Yeah, but it's just like the club's earning a lot from, let's say, even if they lose, they earn a lot because of the stadium that the money's earning.
How many people come?
This has got the players have got to be thinking, where's this going?
Yeah, I get that. And if you think about it, if you're in a sales job, you get paid a salary, and then you get paid a bonus if you sell.
Yeah.
So I do get it.
But then you're not really. That's not technically
non-playing substitute.
Yeah, you're not selling nothing.
It's bizarre. Yeah. To do with bonuses, surely, and Ken, I think you're going to give us the info on this. With bonuses, surely a striker has a better contract, because you've told us goal bonuses. I've heard in the industry of clean sheet bonuses. Yours is based on your performance and scoring goals. Clean sheet bonuses is depending on 3 other centre backs and a keeper as well. Surely a striker has a dream contract.
Yeah, but it's not easy to score a goal.
Very true. Yeah.
Yeah, you could argue it's easy.
Oh yeah, you've got 4 people to keep a clean sheet, but only one to score a goal.
For you as an individual to score a goal, it's just different, isn't it? In general, strikers in a squad will probably be the higher earners in general, and obviously they have the opportunity to make a goal bonus.
Yeah.
But you could just argue that a clean sheet's hard to keep. That's why you see a team 3-0 up and you see they concede and the goalkeeper's fuming. He's probably thinking, not only did he want to get the clean sheet for his as a stat, but all the bonus is gone, and that it's difficult. So
I think they're dying out a bit though. Like the goal bonuses, the clean sheet bonuses. I don't know if they're too relevant in today's contracts.
Oh really?
Yeah, I don't know. Do you hear a lot of goal bonuses in contracts still?
I definitely hear goal bonuses and clean sheet bonuses. Yeah. Maybe, I don't know, is it changing in the Prem or something?
I don't know. I think it used to be a lot more common than
really, than what it is. Because I thought it was.
I agree that it's drifting out though. Yeah. I've spoken to certain managers at different clubs that say we don't do that, because we want to focus on the team.
Yeah, if you're a striker and you're a striker and your job is to score goals, you've got a higher weekly wage
to score goals.
To score goals. So why am I paying you? Yeah, why am I paying you an extra bonus when that weekly wage is for you to score goals?
Yeah, the only issue with the other thing I was going to say is to the bonus is when you're trying to sign a player, you're competing with other clubs. So as much as that argument is 100% correct, a striker will go, well, they've offered me the same wage you're offering me plus a goal bonus. So then you're like, okay, if we really want him, we're just going to have to at least match that.
Yeah.
So that's probably where a lot of it comes from. Players are in demand, and sometimes they're in a powerful position when negotiating.
Champions League.
Yeah.
We've got some Champions League stuff in here, haven't we?
Yeah. In
the event that CPFC qualifies for the group stages of the UEFA Champions League, blah, 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 blah. Qualification or playoff matches to reach the group stages. So this is group stages.
Yeah.
CPFC will allocate a bonus of £1 million. Mental.
Yeah.
Such UEFA Champions League bonus will be divided amongst the players on a pro rata basis. For the group stages.
I mean, so that figure there is obviously just for the bonuses. The money that the club will be bringing in will be a lot more than that.
Yeah.
So that's just divvied out for the bonuses to the players, or maybe staff as well.
So this will be the squad, will it? The
squad,
23-man squad?
Yeah, in the Champions League, yeah.
$1 million.
But that's Palace have never been in the Champions League, I don't think, have they? So that we can pretty much cross that bit out of the contract.
So let's go back to.
But it's great. Thing is with the Champions League as well. So that figure, £1 million for getting into the group stages. That's the bonus spread amongst the players. They get through to the round of 16. That's doubled. The quarterfinals, that's doubled.
$4 million.
Semi-finals doubled. Finals doubled.
16 mil.
So
Jesus.
For when you're a top player and you're earning 100 grand a week, the bonuses for everything else doesn't really, like we spoke about, it doesn't really make a big difference.
When you're in the substitute bonus is not going to,
When you're in the Champions League, that's when the bonuses really have an effect for these world class players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we said last week in the holidays episode that players do stuff like that: cars, holidays, gifts. It's pure bonus money, isn't it?
Well, it could be. Exactly. It can be. You
don't think about it, and then you've got a portion of a meal in your payslip.
There you go.
You got any like cup bonuses?
Yeah, we'll get. Obviously, FA Cup's a big one in like the lower down. Every time you progress, the club gets however much. That clubs can make a decent amount, and then the players will usually get like 10% of that amount spread between the players. So the further you go in the competition, it's the same principle, just we're not talking millions. Obviously, it's this. Probably in the tens of thousands and stuff, but yeah, it's the same principle. The further you go in the FA Cup and FA Trophy as well, you can get some decent bonuses.
When you hear as well, like with the top players, they want Champions League football. That's for two reasons. One is because they want to achieve the best in their career and play against the best in the best competition. But two, they want the Champions League money.
Really?
Yeah, that is definitely in it. Like because it's such a big, it's so lucrative. Yeah, that is a big reason when you hear. Yeah, he's not going to go there. He wants Champions League football. Yeah, he wants Champions League money.
Yeah, there's a couple of things that have caught my eye whilst I've been flicking through this.
Yes.
Over here, this is wage increases.
Yeah.
Didn't know that was a thing. So it says, can I read it?
Yeah.
I want to keep checking.
Yeah, go on.
£2,000 per week increase after 5, 15 and 20 Premier League starting appearances, or £1,000 per week increase after 5, 15 and 20 EFL Championship starting appearances.
Yes.
So it goes up the more you play.
Yeah.
But that's not an appearance bonus because that's underneath.
No, yeah, that's not an appearance bonus. That's literally just that's not a bonus. That's just a extra 2,000 like it says on top of whatever your weekly wage was before. Again, it's probably just to incentivize you to try and get them 5 appearances, to get the 10 and get the 15 appearances. I mean, the contracts are getting mad with the younger they're going now. I think we might have spoke about it on the training ground episode, but where you've got young players who are 9 years old. They're like one of the best 9-year-olds in the country, and the clubs are really trying to get them to sign for their club. And because they're the Man Cities, Arsenals, Chelseas, they've got money to throw at it, and they're offering the child's parents to not work, and we'll just cover whatever they're paying you, we'll pay you, and you don't have to work. Yeah, like, and that's for a 9-year-old kid.
Oh, I'm signing that if I'm the kid's parent. No?
But that's what I mean. And then imagine the pressure that the parent then puts on the kid.
Yeah,
and that's where problems start.
That's true.
Yeah.
Pushy parents, that would.
Yeah, well, that's just going to make it like if that kid now gets released, you've got to go back to work as a parent. Like you're fuming.
I didn't even think about that. You're fuming.
And they're 9. They might not even like football in 2 years.
Yeah,
it's mad.
It's mad.
I was also going to ask about your contract you've got.
Yeah.
And you are a striker.
Yeah.
Do you have goal bonus on there?
I do. Yeah.
Nice.
Is it per goal? Is it over 10 goals, 20
per
goals?
Goal. Per goal in the league. Yeah.
Did you have to negotiate that, or did they just say?
That was that one wasn't negotiated.
Okay.
That was.
This is what we're offering.
My agent spoke to them and they said that's what we're offering basically, and that was that.
And do you obviously you think about the game more and you want to score goals to win the game and get more accolades as a personal striker? Does it come into your head when you're playing? Like, I've scored a hat trick.
No, I think after you're like, okay, that's a nice tip, but like in the game,
Not for 1 second.
My
Really?
will to score wouldn't change depending on if I had a £500 goal bonus or a £5 goal bonus. It wouldn't change.
Or
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.